Hello everybody and welcome back to a new soft-spoken video. I am very annoyed because I've just finished filming this video actually and then went on to check and my mic was not recording, or rather the recording software had stopped recording, so I get to talk about these movies all over again. I mean, you don't know that, you didn't need to know that, but I suppose if I just fly through things, it's because I've said them already. Anyway, today we're here to talk about the movies that I've watched in November. This is a reoccurring type of video on my channel. I actually have a film talks playlist if you would like to give it a watch. So all of my Letterboxd recap videos are on there. My favorite horror movies video, my top 4 favorite Letterboxd movies, and my Criterion video, and now this one. So if you would like to listen to me ramble about movies, definitely go and give the playlist a watch. But today we're here to talk about the movies that I've seen in the month of November. It was an incredible month. The lowest rated movie on here is a 3.5, so that goes to show how much I enjoyed the movies that I've seen the past month. So yeah, without further ado, let's start the recap. So the month started off really strong with The Fly. I feel like it was an obligatory watch after watching The Substance. Even before watching this, I was familiar with Cronenberg movies and style and everything like that, but I have not watched, even to this day, I haven't watched that many Cronenberg movies. Let's see, I've watched Scanners, Videodrome, The Fly. Have I seen any other Cronenberg? Let's have a little look. I think that's it, but no, I've only seen Scanners, Videodrome, and The Fly. And yeah, what can I say? He's the king of body horror for a reason. Absolutely insane. If you don't know what The Fly is about, it is about a scientist that is trying to create a teleport machine, and he actually succeeds in that, but in the process of teleporting himself from one pod to another, he accidentally mixes his DNA with the one of a fly. I love that this movie is very stripped back and straight to the point. Jeff Goldblum, I can't remember his name in the movie, but our protagonist, he's basically the only character. Then we have Gina Davis, which is the love interest, and also the sort of eyes through which we see this terrible and very sad transformation, because we don't really see any other friends or family of Jeff Goldblum's character. And then we have another guy that has a part in it, but that's pretty much it. So it's a very straight to the point, depressing story about a man that is losing himself. A lot of people have, drawn parallels between him transforming into a fly to the one of just, natural body decay that we go through when we get old, getting older. A lot of people have drawn parallels between the transformation and AIDS and cancer and different diseases that eat away at your body and your mind. And yeah, so The Fly is just a very sad movie. It's more sad than it is gross or grotesque or scary. So yeah, that was The Fly. Oh, 4 stars. Did I say 4 stars? Maybe I don't know why I gave it 4 stars, because thinking about it, it could be a 5, but I guess in that moment I felt it was a 4. Next, I watched The Prestige on the 3rd of November. Also 4-star. Is it my favorite Nolan? Not necessarily. Was it really cool and very Nolan-like? Yes. I mean, if you know anything about Nolan, he likes to play with time and time frames and timelines, and whether it's because of how the movie is narrated, like in this case with The Prestige, or if time is actually warped within the movie, like in Tenet or Inception, for example. So yeah, it was really fun. It's really like a movie, in my opinion. It's a movie that you put on, you're entertained by, you're trying to figure out who is who, and you know, sort of where the plot is going, and you try to figure out the plot twist. But also, I don't know, Nolan's movie don't necessarily leave me with anything super deep. Is it bad to say that? I don't know. They're very enjoyable, entertaining. But yeah, it just follows the river. Why did I choose to use that word? The competition and the competitive nature of these two magicians, and sort of how far their ego and their dynamic takes their lives, basically. Yeah, so I guess it's really cool to mix, you know, a play on timelines with a play on magic and illusion and all that sort of stuff. So really fun. 4 stars. The Prestige. Next is a super special and super sweet mini series, actually, Over the Garden Wall. 2014, yeah, 2014. I remember when it came out. I've always been a fan of Adventure Time, and this is made by the same creators, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I don't know why it took me years to watch it, but it's a 5-star, absolutely. It's super lovely, whimsical, but the themes are very adult. It really makes you think. And it's just wonderful. Like, it's so wonderful. The episodes are super short, and each episode is a little vignette into this adventure. You have these two brothers, and they're wandering through the woods, and they are, you know, encountering different characters and different yeah, magical and fantastical creatures along the way. And yeah, and the story gets progressively weirder and odd, and there's a reason because of it. There's kind of a big plot twist, and you know, you figure out why things are the way that they are. And yeah, the animation is stunning. The songs are amazing. And a real scary antagonist, a real scary bad guy. I don't want to give anything away, but go and watch it. I was taken aback. As a horror fan, I thought that was a really well portrayed enemy and villain. So yeah, Over the Garden Wall was a 5 stars. Next, if you watch my Criterion Collection video, you already know about this movie, Tampopo. Hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Japanese movie, really weird. Again, continuing with the weird vibes. 4 stars. 4 stars because some things were a bit too weird and odd for my taste. But essentially, Tampopo is our protagonist. She owns a ramen shop, and she is struggling to keep up with the shop after the death of her husband that used to run the ramen house with her. And she embarks on a journey to, first of all, reinvigorate her love and passion for cooking and respect and, you know, sacred nature of ramen itself. But also, you know, she embarks on a journey of lifting up this building that is sort of dying, And she does that with some odd companions. I'm not going to get into the details of any one of them specifically, but it's a weird ensemble. And then the big thing about this movie is that every once in a while it takes on a tangent. And it's really almost like the filmmaker is following our main characters, and then it sort of gets sidetracked by someone that passes by or something else that happens in the background, and we sort of get, we focus on that odd little other thing, which felt sometimes a bit inconsequential. I guess you could thread them within the main themes, but I don't know, some of them were a bit too odd and too horny, to be honest. I don't know, I was a bit like, what's going on? But yeah, really fun, really just fun and funny movie, very comedic, and it will make you hungry. It will make you really hungry, and it will make you want to eat ramen. So, Tampopo, 4 stars. Next, I watched a classic, Gladiator, and this, I'm sorry, it was my only 3.5 stars. Okay, backstory. This was my first time watching it. Crazy, I know. Came out in the year 2000. And although it was, of course, a very epic and incredible, retelling of history, however accurate it is, it doesn't really matter because it doesn't matter. I don't think it matters. But I don't know. It didn't touch me in the way that other people have been touched by this movie. I guess because other people of my generation have experienced it as teens or pre-teens or even children. I mean, I was a child when this came out, but you know. And yeah, and also felt, I mean, it sounds stupid to even say it, but it was at certain points I was a bit like too much testosterone, like too man heavy, and I found that a lot of times when I'm on a streak of watching too many movies by man for man, I'm a bit like, oh, who cares? Who cares? I'm sorry, who cares? Like, as a man, as a white man in, year after year after year, what else do you have to say? What else do you have to talk about? I'm exaggerating, of course, but yeah. I mean, the movie itself is really, really amazing. Ridley Scott, incredible director, and Russell Crowe, incredible, actor. I think, yeah, all this said about male heavy movies. I really appreciate Broey Deschanel videos about the male weepies. I'm gonna link it down below. She's an amazing video essay person. Video essay. Yeah, she makes video essays. She's really famous and she's really good at it. And I'm pretty sure Gladiator was featured in that video. If not, go watch it anyway because it's really amazing and it gave me a different perspective on male heavy movies and movies that sort of allow men to cry or to experience different emotions. Yeah, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go and watch that video after you finish this one. Next is a bit of an odd one. So one day my boyfriend and I were in a random CX, and in my peripheral view I see this DVD, which turned out to be £1, by the way, and I can see that the font and graphic resembles the one of Twilight, and my boyfriend and I are obsessed with Twilight, so of course I had to go and grab it and see what that was about. And the title reads Twilight and Forks, the Saga of the Real Town. Basically what this is a very sweet and earnest and super early 2000s documentary about the real town of Forks, where Twilight takes place, where the story of Twilight from the novels takes place, and also where a lot of the filming for the movie I want to say movie, not movies, because I'm not sure about the movies after the first one, so I don't know about New Moon. And well, New Moon also takes place in Volterra, but you know, for sure most of the first one takes place in Forks. Also because then the story gets sidetracked and we go into other things. Anyway, sorry about the tangent. But yeah, so this is a very earnest, very just like genuine documentary. It's a very bad documentary. It's not a good documentary, but it's just a simple, you know, series of interviews to the people of Forks. So the actual, you know, people that live in this town, and also some fans that, you know, went there to see Bella's house and Edward's, you know, the Collins house and the diner and, you know, all that good stuff, like Push Beach. And it's just very special because this docu came out and was filmed while they just had started filming for Twilight. So, you know, Kristen Stewart and um, um, oh my god, Edward Cullen, Robert Pattinson, when Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson and everybody else started hanging out in Forks, and not hanging out, but you know, they were there physically to film. So I think it's very special that all of the fans that went to Forks, and the reason why documentary came to be is because of the books. I just think it's very special and very like pure. Not I don't know. Not that there's anything wrong with being a fan of movies. I'm a massive fan of films, but there's something so pure about visiting a place because you've seen it through the pages of a book, and also you've made a certain mental image of the place, and then once you visit the town and you figure out that it's a real town, it's like, I don't know, I think it's very special. So this was a 4 stars, even though it's a technically bad documentary, but alas, very special, and it has a lot of heart. It has a lot of heart. Moving on from a bad documentary to an insane Oscar winning movie, Killers of the Flower Moon. I never watched it when it came out in 2023. I finally watched it last month. Gave it 4 stars. I don't know why. I don't know why I didn't give it 5. But yeah, this is an insanely sad, depressing movie. Really. I mean, it's beautiful. It's super engaging, and of course the acting is insane from everybody. But it's mainly the insanely sad story of how, you know, sneaky and yeah, basically of how after killing and conquering, you know, the land of Native Americans, the white folks started infiltrating their lives, you know, to the point of killing said natives. You know, it's like a killing and conquering, but like it's almost worse to witness because it's so sneaky and it's done through marriages. So like, you know, the promise of love and family, but then, you know, the killings and conquering happens. So it's just super depressing, and specifically it follows the, you know, this is the generic the generic background, but specifically follows the 1920s discovery of oil in Oklahoma under the Osage Nation. And so many Osage people were murdered one by one until the FBI finally steps in to unravel the mystery. I guess it's also a bit depressing that it takes, you know, the white FBI to come and figure out who was killing these Osage Nation people. But yeah, really incredible. I'm pretty sure, I mean, Lily Gladstone definitely won Best Female Lead. I wouldn't be surprised if Scorsese won, or I don't know, but it's yeah, it's a really intense watch, really sad, really solid movie. Yeah. And last, on the 30th of November, I rewatched one of my all-time favorite animation movies, which is Paprika. 2006, directed by Satoshi Kon. He directed Perfect Blue, and Tokyo Godfathers, of course, among other animation movies. Paprika is basically Inception. Like, I'm pretty positive Nolan took a lot of, I mean, he must have taken inspiration from Paprika. Paprika is the story of well, there's this machine that allows you to access people's dreams. And it was created with the goal of being used for psychoanalysis purposes or psychiatry purposes, but it gets in the wrong hands, or rather, it gets misused. And yeah, and Paprika is the, well, I'm actually not going to say who Paprika is, but yeah, so it is a, just like Inception, it is a lot of getting in and out of dreams and reality melting with dreams. It's definitely more dreamlike and more like fantastical because it is animation, so there's a lot more liberties that, you know, animation allows you to take compared to you know, real life, real people film, live action films. But yeah, so dreams melt, dreams get shared, reality melts into dreams, and you, after a while, you just can't figure out where you are at. And it's incredible. The music is ingrained in my brain. The parade music, if you have seen it, or if you will go and watch it after this, the parade scene, that music, first of all, so eerie, so eerie. But yeah, absolutely incredible. 5 stars. The average rating is 4.1 on Letterboxd, as it should. As it should. Yeah, super vibrant, super beautiful. Go and watch Paprika. Okay, these are all the movies I've seen in November. I've definitely had busier months in terms of movie watching, but I'm very glad that all the movies I've watched in November were all amazing and beautiful. Even Gladiator, even though I had that, you know, even though I critiqued it, but it was still an amazing movie to watch. And yeah, I've already watched some really good movies so far this month. Can't wait to watch more, especially Christmas movies. And yeah, I hope you're all taking care of yourselves. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave me a comment if you would like to tell me what movies you've seen last month or recently. And yeah, sending you lots of love, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.